ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Before we get started, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would everybody please rise? And Councilman Lombardi, would you lead us this evening?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just ask that everyone remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice to protect our way of life. Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. Okay, once again, thank you all for being here and for all those at home for watching tonight's meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. This evening's meeting is a Town Board voting meeting. The date is Wednesday, February 17th, 2016. And for the record, all board members are present with the exception of Councilwoman McDonough, who had a prior engagement this evening and couldn't join us. In place of Ann Spofford, our town clerk, we have Phyllis Borges, the deputy town clerk, is here with us tonight. She's all the way down to my right, and all the way down to my left is our town council, Greg Fulchetti. Before we came out this evening, the town board met in executive session at 6 p.m. with Mr. Brad Penske. He's an attorney that we discussed contractual and retention agreement with Mr. Penske, and we're going to have to continue that discussion with him at the conclusion of the town board voting meeting this evening. So at that point, I'll have to ask the town board to make a motion to go back into executive session to continue our discussions with Mr. Penske. Okay, on the town board voting meeting agenda, the first item this evening is a resolution rescheduling a public hearing, and that will be rescheduled for May 18th, 2016. And Councilman Schneider, would you read resolution number 1?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the rescheduling of a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541, from Wednesday, February 17, 2016, to Wednesday, May 18, 2016, at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law enacting Chapter 15 of the Code of Town of Carmel, entitled Employment Fingerprint Inquiries, and be it further resolved that Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspaper of the town and on the town bulletin board regarding this public hearing. However, this resolution is read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next is number 2 is to accept the town board minutes of January 20th, 2016. I need a motion to accept those.
So moved.
So, second.
So moved by Councilman Schneider, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, resolution number 3 is a resolution order calling for a public hearing in the matter of the increase and improvement of the facilities of Carmel Sewer District Number 3 for March 9th, 2016. Councilman Lombardi, would you read number 3?
Sure. Whereas the town board pursuant to section 202B of the town law will be asking for the reconstruction of sewer lines and infiltration and inflow remedies at a cost estimate of $300,000, and that this is a type 2 action for purposes of manhole and pipeline in Carmel Sewer District. Number 1, ordered by the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, that a public hearing will be held in Town Hall, Mahopac, New York, on March 9, 2016, at 7 p.m. on the question of the increase of the improvement of the facilities, and all persons will be heard. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution for the adoption of the annual report of the town historian. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 4?
Resolved that the Town of Carmel Town Board hereby adopts the annual report of Town Historian Marion A. McDonald for year 2015 in the form as attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. And I'd like to publicly, once again, thank Mary McDonald, the Town of Carmel Town Historian, for the excellent job that she is doing in that role for the Town of Carmel. Thank you once again, Mary. Okay, next resolution number 5 is a resolution authorizing the mailing of the Lake Cassie Park District newsletter. And Councilman Schneider, would you read 5?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as the Commissioners of the Lake Cassie Park District, hereby authorizes the mailing to all properties within the district of the newsletter prepared by the Lake Cassie Park District Committee, and that the cost thereof be charged as a district expense. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution authorizing budget modifications, number 2015-07. Councilman Lombardi, would you read that, please?
Sure, whereas the town controller has reviewed the proposed budget modifications for a period ending December 31, 2015 with the town board, which are detailed and explained on the attached budget revision schedule identified as 2015-7, now therefore be it resolved, the town board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes and ratifies the budget modifications revision for the period ending December 31, 2015, as shown on itemized and on schedule 2015-7, which is attached here to and incorporated herein are made part hereof. I offer the resolution as read.
Seconded?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution authorizing encumbrances of 2015 funds. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read number 7?
Whereas it is recommended by the Town Comptroller's Office that 2015 government budget funds be encumbered or reserved for the 2016 budget appropriations based upon approved town board resolutions and/or specific projects in progress for various purposes. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel authorizes the Town Comptroller's Office to encumber or reserve unexpended 2015 government fund monies for the expenditures in fiscal year 2016. I offer this resolution as pre-filed and addressed last week. You have general fund amount of approximately $118,000, highway funds of $150,000, and Special District Mahopac Falls Fire Department of $36,000. I offer this resolution again as read and pre-filed with the
Second.
town clerk.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of technology upgrades for the Town of Carmel Town Hall. Councilman Schneider, would you read 8, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the purchase and acquisition of technology equipment upgrades from Hewlett-Packard in accordance with the attached schedule and proposal dated January 29, 2016, in the sum of $9,353.76. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the installation and servicing of the aforesaid technology upgrades to be provided by Sullivan Data Management, Inc. of Yorktown Heights, New York, in accordance with the attached schedule in the aggregate amount of $11,383.26. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. Excuse me, aye. Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 9, is a resolution authorizing the attendance at a seminar. And Councilman Lombardi, would you read number 9, please?
Sure, resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Highway Superintendent Michael Simone to attend the 2016 Local Road and Bridges Campaign Seminar, New York State Highway School, on March 8-9, 2016, in Albany, New York, and is further resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel authorizes payment of reasonable and necessary expenses incurred in connection therewith upon audit. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 10, is a resolution authorizing advertising for bids. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read number 10, please?
Resolved that pursuant to the request of Michael Simone, Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Ann Spofford, Town Clerk of the Town of Carmel, is hereby authorized to advertise for bids for the purchase of various items mentioned last week in the work session by Mike Simone. Be it further resolved that the Highway Superintendent is to furnish detailed specifications for the above to the Town Clerk to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specification. I offer this resolution as read and pre-filed with the Town Clerk.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 11, is a resolution authorizing to advertise for bids. Councilman Schneider, would you read number 11, please?
Resolved that pursuant to the request of Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks, James R. Gilchrist, the Town Clerk of the Town of Carmel is hereby authorized to advertise for bids for bus transportation for the Town of Carmel Recreation and Parks 2016 Summer Camp Program. And be it further resolved that the Director of Parks and Recreation is to furnish detailed specifications for the above to Town Clerk Ann Spofford to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Aye, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 12, is a resolution accepting a proposal for the registration of the software service agreement for the Town of Carmel Department of Parks and Recreation. Councilman Lombardi?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks, James R. Gilchrist, hereby authorizes acceptance of the proposal of CapturePoint.com, Ridgefield, New York, Ridgewood, New Jersey, for the purchase and servicing of registration software for the Town of Carmel Department of Recreation and Parks at an initial cost not to exceed $6,050 and an annual subscription fee not to exceed $2,750 in accordance with the proposal dated January 29, 2016. And be it further resolved that Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign any and all documents necessary to accept the aforesaid proposal on the terms authorized herein. I offer the resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number, what did we just do?
We're on 13.
We're on 13. 13 is a resolution accepting a proposal and authorizing purchase of a field groomer for the Town of Carmel Department of Parks and Recreation. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read that one?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks, James R. Gilchrist, hereby authorizes acceptance of the proposal of Wilfred McDonald, Inc., South Hackensack, for the purchase of a Smithco Superstar hydraulic infield conditioner model 42-001E at the cost not to exceed $17,534 in accordance with the proposal dated February 1st, 2016, and be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor, Kenneth Schmidt, is hereby authorized to sign and accept any documentations necessary to accept the aforesaid proposal on the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 14, is a resolution accepting a proposal and authorizing installation of fencing at the Mahopac Chamber Park. Councilman Schneider, would you read 14?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks, James R. Gilchrist, hereby authorizes acceptance of the proposal of D-Fence of Brewster, New York, for the installation of fencing at Mahopac Chamber Park at a cost not to exceed $7,000 in accordance with the proposal dated February 4th, 2016. And be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign and accept any documentation that's necessary to accept the aforesaid proposal on the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. And just for the benefit of the public, you've been hearing this evening that the board is authorizing the purchasing of new equipment, upgrades and improvements to our technology here at the town hall. And this particular one was a fence down at the Chamber Park that runs along the border of the park and the Mahopac Point entrance for $7,000. The $7,000 number is actually being purchased through a grant from New York State as part of the playground upgrade and improvement at the Chamber Park, as well as the dugouts for Camarda Park. So this was from a grant, but the other purchases from this evening that you're hearing are through funding through the budgets of the respective departments. So Recreation had submitted approval for the field groomer and some other items this evening, and technology improvements have been ongoing here at Town Hall and the various departments throughout the town, and we've been making those improvements year after year, but we have a budget line for those as well. So we're not adding to the budget, we're just utilizing funds that have been approved in the 2016 budget for the town. But it was important to note that because you're hearing tonight that we are spending some money, but it's money that's been appropriated and budgeted out of the 16 budget. Okay, next item on the agenda is it up to you, John?
15.
15, okay. 15 is a resolution amending prior resolution accepting proposal for landfill monitoring services. Frank, would you read this one?
Sure. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel had previously authorized the acceptance of proposals for landfill monitoring services for Zion Environmental, Middletown, New York, for the fiscal year 2016. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Town Engineer, Richard J. Franzetti, hereby authorizes the acceptance of the amended proposal of Zion Environmental Services LLC for landfill monitoring at a cost not to exceed the sum of $8,200 for fiscal year 2016, as well as an annual cost not to exceed $8,400 for 2017 and 18, and not to exceed $8,600 for years 2019 and 2020, in accordance with the proposal dated January 2016. And be it further resolved, Town Supervisor Ken Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign any and all documents necessary to accept the aforesaid proposal on the terms authorized herein. I offer the resolution as read.
Seconded.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, resolution number 16 is a resolution authorizing the award of a bid for town hall cleaning services. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 16, please?
Whereas the Town Board of Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisements for the solicitation of bids for cleaning services for the town hall facilities, including the Town of Carmel Police Department, and whereas such bids were received and opened on January 22nd, 2016, and a bid opening memo is on file with Town Clerk Ann Spofford, and now therefore be it resolved that upon the recommendation of Richard Franzetti, P.E., Town Engineer, the Town Board hereby awards the aforesaid bid to Apple Maintenance Service, Elmsford, New York, the lowest responsible bidder meeting specifications at annual base cost not to exceed $23,961.04 for 2016 and $24,392.26 for 2017. And be it further resolved that upon review of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Kenneth Schmidt, Town Supervisor, is hereby authorized to execute any other and further documentations necessary to accept such bid and contract for said services. I offer this resolution as read, as I got tongue-tied.
Tongue-tied up.
Seconded.
Seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, 17 is, oh, wait a minute here. Hold on. 17 is a resolution authorizing the return of a partial fee for, okay. So it should be 18. 17 is 18 in your packet. So go to 18, unless I'm the only one with.
Nope, you're right.
You're right.
All right, so go to 18. All right, so 17 will become 18. Resolution authorizing the return of partial fee tax map number 53.15-14. Councilman Schneider, would you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Richard Franzetti, P.E., Town Engineer, hereby authorizes the partial refund in the amount of $125 for wetland permit application fee to Raul Matos of Nemerge Design Group, Mahopac, New York. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution is adopting operations and maintenance policy for the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation. Councilman Lombardi, would you read
Sure.
this resolution?
Yeah. Whereas the Town of Carmel is a member of the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation, a not-for-profit local development corporation formed to assist the members' municipalities in complying with stormwater retrofit requirements of the MS4 permit. And whereas EOHWC has installed and will continue to install stormwater retrofit projects, or has reimbursed member municipalities for installing SRPs in compliance with the first five-year regional stormwater retrofit plan, and intends to do so for the second five-year plan to extend funding that is provided by the New York City Department of Environmental Protection. And whereas the MS4 permit requires member municipalities to maintain each SRP for its useful life to ensure that it continues to operate as it was designed, and whereas the Board of Directors of the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation has adopted an O&M policy providing for the equitable sharing of the costs and responsibilities of the O&M by all member municipalities in the manner consistent with the MS4 permit bubble compliance concept, conditioned on the legislative body of each member municipality agreeing to comply with the terms and conditions of the O&M policy. And whereas approval of the O&M policy is a type 2 action exempt from the seeker under 6 NYCRR 617.5 as it relates to the routine maintenance of the SRPs. And whereas approval of the O&M policy is in the best interest of the Town of Carmel as that assures continued compliance by the Town of Carmel with the MS4 permits, now therefore be resolved, Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby accepts and agrees to the terms and conditions of the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation O&M policy, and is further resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt to take whatever other actions necessary to implement this resolution. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. One change or one correction, if the board would make that. At the top of the resolution, where it says community, just change that to corporation. So it's amended from community to corporation.
Second the
Are you talking
amendment.
about the title?
Yeah, at the top, the header.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Second the amendment?
I seconded the amendment.
Okay, Councilman Lupinacci seconded it with the amended resolution. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, the 19th and final resolution this evening is a resolution authorizing the commencement of litigation. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 19, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Joseph A. Charbonneau Esquire at 3 Star Ridge Road, Brewster, New York, to commence litigation of proceedings in the Town of Carmel Justice Court to collect monies due to the Town of Carmel for water line repairs at the premise located at 53 Commie Court, Mahopac, New York, and be it further resolved that said legal services are hereby approved at a rate of $205 per hour. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, that completes the agenda items for this evening's Town Board voting meeting. We're going to go right to announcements. Since there's no one here that will be coming up to comment on agenda items or new business for this evening. That can wait. This one can wait. Okay, I don't have any announcements that are, that I've been asked to read this evening. Does the town board members have any announcements they'd like to make?
Nope.
No? Okay, since there's no announcements this evening as well, we do have to go back into executive session this evening to pick up where we left off with Mr. Pinsky, who was here discussing with the board contemplated contractual agreements with the town of Carmel regarding a special district within the town. So we're going back into executive session. We're going to close the meeting from there. We won't be coming back out here to close. So I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Lombardi,
Second.
seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, good night, everyone. Be well. We'll see you back here next week on February 24th, Town Board Work Session. Good night, be well.